Hey, folks. How are you all doing tonight? How's it going, Bucks fans? Are we all happy? We are here on, I don't know, we're here on Facebook. We're here on YouTube. We're here on the Sports Talk Florida Twitter, and apparently not the Bucks Report Twitter because there's some sort of a glitch going on. Whatever. We're here to talk Bucks. Let's enjoy this. Let's have a good time. Surprise! It's a pop-up show because I wanted to talk Bucks. I couldn't be there. Dave and I couldn't be there for the post-game show, so we got the itch, and we wanted to talk to you guys. We were excited about the game, so here we are. How's it going, everybody? How you doing tonight, Dave?
Well, that was an interesting game now, wasn't it?
got the W. Got the W. Thank you, Ben Parrish. Yeah, how about that, guys? 9-3 or 8-3. I'm sorry, 8-3. Everything's looking good. I mean, the Bucks have a 3-game lead in the division. I think we can sort of almost start to breathe when it comes to the division, which is amazing. If the Bucks win, if they beat the Falcons next week and the Saints lose to the Cowboys, which that's how, if everything goes as I'm sure Vegas will be predicting, the Bucks will have a 4-game lead in the division, and everybody will be 5-7. The rest of the division will be 5-7. So this is going about as good as it can go, guys. I know the first, it was Dave. You described, when you and I were talking, you described the game well. You want to go ahead and give a recap?
Well, I thought the game it definitely had a playoff feel to it. What I mean by that, the first quarter was dominated by the defenses. The teams were trying to figure each other out. At the end of the first quarter, there was only 4 first downs between both teams. That 3 points the Bucks gave out was a gift from the punter. And then we got into the scene completely changed for the second quarter, where you had a halftime score of 24-14, where neither defense could stop the other team. And then the Bucks adjusted at halftime. My understanding is Leonard Fournette gave a very intense speech, and he came out, scored 4 touchdowns for the game, and the Bucks got back in it with turnovers. Antoine Winfield had a spectacular. That was beautiful. A spectacular interception. Totally changed the momentum of the game. Yep. And the ball was in Tom Brady's hands at the end of the game, and Leonard Fournette ran for the touchdown. I mean, it was a roller coaster kind of game, and you're fortunate to come out of Indianapolis with the win. Carson Wentz did much better than I thought he would. I knew he had 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but I'm used to the Carson Wentz from Philadelphia, and he's not.
And he is the same from his first year in Philly. Yes, he's the same from his first year in Philly when he had the same coaching staff. That's what I think the deal is.
He's had some terrible injuries. I mean, so he looks like he's coming back into form, which isn't good for the AFC.
Yeah, the Bucks got dinged up a little bit. Devin White out, Aaron Stinney out. My mind's going. I'm Jamel Dean out.
Jamel Dean,
but I guess I know Jamel Dean could not come back. I know Aaron Stinney could not come back. This is a problem. The Bucks they cannot keep getting injured back there.
Aaron Stinney's your backup lineman who's a started quality, and now he's out. So
yeah, it is
becoming a problem now.
To Alec, this doesn't happen often. I was thinking about starting a new segment called "What I Got Right and What I Got Wrong." I get a lot of stuff wrong, just like I get stuff right. I did say, and I'm adamant about this. Nobody can run on the Bucks. Stop it. Just stop talking about it. I'm tired of the same discussion. I'm going to go into this on Tuesday night in depth. I'm tired of the same discussion every time we play a good running back where people say, this guy's different. You don't understand. Derrick Henry's different. You don't understand. Alvin Kamara is different. You don't understand. Blah, blah, blah is different. I hear it constantly. No, stop it. No. The Bucks can stop the run. All right. They were going to hang up a lot of points. I was pretty confident about that. Where I was wrong, I did not know how they were going to score, and they didn't have too much trouble with it. They scored. They did just fine, didn't they? The Colts. I knew the Bucks were going to be able to score. I just didn't know that the Colts were going to be able to score.
I think
But
it
all
was
I
like
can,
the Colts' first 11 plays, 10 of them were passes to start the second half, I believe. And they
yeah,
abandoned the run until the last drive where Taylor had 50 some odd yards. But
yeah, 58 yards
overall,
running.
overall, yeah, they stopped them except for that one drive in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the Bucks were expecting them to have abandoned the run at that point. Um, listen, they beat a playoff team today. You can say, yeah, the first half wasn't pretty. You can find ways to complain. You can say whatever you want. But before this week, before this game, everybody was saying this is one of the best teams in the NFL. They were certainly one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and it was in their home stadium. So for all the complaining and everything that people are going to say, sorry guys, it just didn't happen. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just the Bucks. They did what they had to do. I mean, I'm a little. I'm getting. Is anybody else like me? Everybody here knows I love Tom Brady. Think he's great. Glad he's on the team. Blah blah blah. Anybody else wonder why he's turning into Drew Brees and not throwing the ball more than 5 yards deep? I mean, he just will not throw further than 10 yards down the field ever. I mean, I think he did twice in the entire game almost. I mean, it was terrible. One of those was a pick, but one of them was a pass interference. And I don't know. It's just maybe they're just maybe he's playing it safe until later in the year. I don't know. All I care about, the Bucks got the win. They did what it took to beat a very good team. And any of the talk about, well, they did this bad, well, they did that bad, it's just stupid talk. They won the game against a very good team.
Well, on that pick, Scotty Miller was supposed to run to a spot on the field where the ball was thrown, and he was out of position. I believe is why that pick happened. That's what it looked
Yeah,
like
but
to me.
that's the old Jameis excuse. I mean, I heard that for years. Well, it's because the receiver was not where he was supposed to be. I heard that for years. And look, bottom line, my point is he doesn't throw the ball deep often. That was my point. Whether it was picked, whether it was pass interference, whatever, it's just he's dinking and dunking constantly. Now I know that's what Brady does, but for the Bucks, especially earlier this year and last year, he was going deep, and we're just not seeing it at
Well,
all. I
I
mean,
think he misses Antonio Brown. If you have Antonio Brown in that game, I think he throws deep more.
he was throwing deep before Antonio Brown got to the Bucks last year. So yeah, sure, he misses Antonio Brown. He's Antonio Brown. Who's not going to miss him? But it's just one of those things where you look at it and say, I'd like to see the offense open up. The offense should be. I know here I am saying this. They scored 38. Okay. I mean, yes, I
We
realize
want
it's
more.
ridiculous. I mean, I realize it's kind of ridiculous that I'm sitting here saying this. And Leonard Fournette, you're the man. You're the man. You're the man. You screwed Jonathan Taylor. I mean, but as far as I'm concerned, hey, Jonathan Taylor, back to the back of the line. I mean, regular season Lenny is taking care of business this year. 100 yards rushing, 31 receiving, 4 touchdowns.
Inspirational speeches. He does it all.
Yeah, I mean, who knew? Remember before he came here, everybody saying he's going to be a cancer in the locker room. Same thing they said about AB. Whatever happened to that talk? So I mean, it's good. Alex, you are right. For Teddy Fournette. It is how cool is this, guys? We're 8-3. I believe thanks to I think the Packers beat the Rams, so now I think the Bucks are the 2nd seed, which means they start the postseason at home. So there will be a playoff game at home
Well,
if
they're
things
still in the
stay.
third. The Cardinals are 1. The Packers are 2 at 9-3,
Oh,
and
that's
then the
right. I
Bucks
forgot
at
about the
8-3.
Cardinals. Yeah, I forgot about the Cardinals. Forgot all about that. Never mind then. So the Bucks are still number 3.
I'll take 3.
Well, we got the Rams out of the way now, so so that's good.
The head-to-head doesn't matter much now.
Right, the head-to-head doesn't matter. if we can keep them out of there. But I don't. I get the feeling that the book is out on the Rams now and that they are beatable. I think the Cardinals are going to be tough. I know your thought about them in the playoffs, but we'll see. We'll see. Here's what I want to do, guys. I want to open up the phone lines to everybody. If I have my phone hooked up correctly, that number 770-633-0001. That's 770-633-0001. Give us a call. Let's talk Bucs. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about all of that. There's a lot to talk about. It feels good.
Don't look now. The New England Patriots 8-4 and leading their division.
That doesn't look good. I know the Patriots look like they're for real, and I'm telling you, I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to see the Bucs Patriots Super Bowl. I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the most watched Super Bowl ever. NFL's biggest season ever is going to conclude with the NFL's biggest Super Bowl ever. It's going to be fantastic. We'll see.
They're undefeated on the road, the Patriots. They've not yet lost on the road.
Yeah, but they suck at home, and the Bucs are undefeated at home. So, all right, there's lots of little things like that. So we will see. Yakin Ben Israel is sitting here doing his usual trolling, thinking he's funny, but it's okay. You got to have an audience of one where you love yourself, and that's good. It'd be like it's like the comedian going on stage and no one thinks they're funny except for them. Yeah, but I mean, guys, it's a good thing to understand. Look, we played a tough team today. You're not going to look fantastic against a team like the Colts because the Colts are really, really good. And the Bucs still took care of business. They did what they needed to do. And that is how champions are made. That is how that's how it works. It is what it is. Yeah, I guess. Okay, Alex says that we could possibly win the division with a win against the Saints. Listen, if we're 4 games up going after next week, the division's decided. I mean, there's no way the Bucs are going to lose every game for the rest of the way. Yeah, here I say that. As soon as you say that, that's part of the "What I Got Wrong" segment coming up. But I feel good about this team. I mean, I do. I feel like with all the adversity, with all the injuries, y'all realize this, guys. With all of the injuries, and there are a lot of injuries, the Bucs are 8-3.
More injuries today.
Yeah, hopefully not serious. None of them looked like, oh my God, no. It didn't look like any knees blown out or anything like that. I'm guessing.
Stinny's a concern. Is all a guess. Just because he's already
this
back
is all up. A guess. I'm guessing separated shoulder for Jamel Dean. Give him a week or two. And that, I'd be in bed crying for weeks, and he'll probably be back on the football field in a couple of weeks. We could be getting Carlton Davis back. We should be getting AB back. The band is getting back together. Nobody was seriously injured. Vita Vea was back. I think, guys, we're going to be okay. And next week playing the Falcons, this is when they say trap game, here's what they mean. You have a tough game now. 2 weeks from now, you have a tough game. The trap game is the one in between. The Bucs are going to Atlanta. You don't want it to be a letdown. You don't want this to be a trap game. You don't want to go in there unprepared because it's a division game. You don't want to go in there and just, mail it in. I want to see the Bucs run the table. They got a shot at it. They certainly, I think, will be favored next week. They certainly will be favored next week. And I think the week after, if I'm right, 2 weeks from now, is Buffalo. I'm not positive if that's right, but I think it is. Then they finish with, if I'm right, Saints. There may be somebody else in there that I'm forgetting.
Next week's at Falcons, then at home against the Bills, then the Saints. Then at Panthers, at Jets, and home to close it out
That's what it
with the
was. I
Panthers.
forgot about the Jets. They're easily forgettable.
Yes,
Joke, Jets.
that's excusable.
Yeah, well, the and break up the Texans. Or wouldn't it? I think no. Did the
Tyrod
Texans win today?
Taylor.
Yeah, did they win today? I think they won.
They
I
were
think
winning
they
at
beat the Jets.
halftime, and then I lost interest. But let me
Yeah, I
see.
did too.
No, the Jets came back and won 21-14. So break up the
Okay.
Jets.
Okay, so
It's a
break up
breakup
the
game.
Jets.
Whichever team
Yeah,
wins should be
whatever it
broken
is
up.
break
It's the
break up
breakup
both of
game.
those teams anyway. But yeah, I honestly I thought the Texans were going to win that game, but no, break up the Jets. Okay, they're ruining
And
everything by winning games again.
They shut out the Texans in the second half. They didn't score.
Okay, they're ruining everything again. The Jets are by winning.
That's what they do.
Yeah. But I can't. Do you know this is one of the first years I can look at it and say I really can't name really much of anybody coming out in the draft. Like there's not anybody that I look at and go, man, that somebody's going to get lucky to get that guy. It's just not. It's just going to not be that kind of draft. You're going to see a lot of people that everyone's not that aware of.
You got Matt Corral probably coming out from Ole Miss. Other than
I'm going to start calling you Yapping Ben Israel. Yapping Ben Israel says the Bucs should be blowing out the Falcons by 40. Yeah, that'd be nice. Boy, that would be a fun game to watch. Oh yeah, Ben Parrish. Thank you for pointing this out. How awesome was this, everybody? How awesome was seeing Vita Vea get his tooth, half of a tooth knocked out, smiling with blood all over his face. I mean, that's old time football, as Madden would say. Boom, there he was. It was, I mean, that was so slobbering all over. Yeah, I mean, it was a slobber knocker. I think that's what he used to call him.
Well, going back to the trap game concept, Patterson's back for the Falcons, and he had 16 carries, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I never thought I'd say this, but
Patterson, are you really talking to me about worrying about a running back? This is the wrong night to be talking to me about.
No, he's not just a running back. He's a running back and wide receiver. He plays both. But what I'm saying is,
here we go again. He's not just a running back, Rick. This one's different.
No, I mean, from a functional standpoint, he's not. So my point is that the Falcons offense goes. They hadn't scored a touchdown while he was out. He comes back and they win 21-14.
Who'd they play? Who'd they play?
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking.
I'm just saying. I was building up your trap game.
To fear anybody that plays the running back position. I don't care if they catch passes. Stop it. Okay.
I was building up your trap game thesis.
I'm just saying I don't want it to be, but I've heard so much about. I've just so many times I've heard when we go to play Kamara, when they go to play Derrick Henry last year, when we're playing, it doesn't matter who it is. Christian McCaffrey, I hear over and over and over. Oh, but Rick, this guy's different. We don't run much against our teams. It's not that they can't run against us. It's just that they don't. Well, that would be stupid. If you could run against us, you would. Okay. You can't run against the Bucs. I don't care who you are. Everybody say it with me. You can't run against the Bucs. All right. So just stop that. Okay. David Turner, this is a good comment. I'll buy the Falcons as a trap game when they learn how to finish games. That is correct. They did finish today, but they were playing Jacksonville. Listen, I'm not. Part of the problem is I'm not worried at all about next week, and that scares me. I don't want the team to take that attitude. I really don't. I just don't. I want to hear. I want Bucs fans to all be happy and all saying, hey, look, this is the time we should all be kumbaya-ing and saying we got the greatest quarterback ever. We're doing great. We got an 8-3 record, which I believe Arizona has this week off, correct? Or do they play tomorrow? I forgot who plays tomorrow night. I know tonight's the Browns and Ravens. I think tomorrow is
No, but tomorrow, Seahawks in Washington.
yeah,
This week, the
yeah,
Cardinals and Chiefs are on bye week.
right. So I think so the Cardinals are 8-2, 9-2. I don't know,
9-2.
9-2. Okay. So yeah, in the only two games that they lost, guess who wasn't starting at quarterback? So they are the team that that's a scary team because they're not just good on offense, they're good on defense. I get it, everybody talks about the flashy quarterback, but they're good on defense. I mean, we will see. We will see what comes down the pipe. I know Green Bay, I believe, has next week off. Um, I don't remember who else it is. I think there's one more team, and then I think the bye weeks are over with. But Alex says he thinks 12-5 is our finishing record. Okay, I predicted at the beginning of the year we would lose 4, so I kind of need to stick with that at this point.
I said 12-5.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I said 13-4, so I'm just gonna stick with it just because why not?
Because if they go 12-5, then we're above 40% lifetime for the franchise.
I thought it was over 10 games.
No, 12. You have
It's
to
over
hit the
12.
12. If you go 12-5, then we'll be above 40%.
Sweet.
Lifetime record with the franchise.
How about that?
Going all the way back to 1976.
Yeah, and can we all agree with this? With what Yapin Ben Israel says, we need to draft a cornerback. I don't agree with Bunting. With Sean Murphy, Bunting is trash and always gets smoked. That's just stupid talk. That's just absolutely silly talk. But the first part made sense. Yes, let's draft. Let's start draft. You want to know what my this would be my favorite draft ever if we would only draft offensive linemen and defensive backs, and maybe throw a D lineman in there, and that's it. I mean, we don't need anything else. I just think that would be the best draft ever. Just do nothing but stock up your line and draft people that are going to be on your bench. I mean, on your practice squad as cornerbacks because you're going to need them. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Colts still have their bye week, and along with a couple others. Okay, thank you, David. I feel like it's later in the season than it is. I think that's part of what's going on with me in my head. I feel like there's like 4 or 5 weeks left, and I think there's where are they now? The Bucs are 8-3. There's 6 left. I just feel like there's like 4 left. So that's part of what, for whatever reason. Alex says, I could see the Buffalo game being a shootout. Yeah, only Buffalo their offense has not been producing like that. I'm not saying it won't be, but their offense just has not been producing in shootout fashion. So
they certainly laid an egg against those mighty Jaguars.
Yeah, yeah, and the Jets. I mean, they lost to both. Any team that loses to the Jaguars and the Jets, I refuse to consider you to be one of the top contenders. I just refuse to look at you that way.
Did not score a touchdown against the mighty Jaguars.
Yeah, come on. But so for Bucs Skull Gang, he says it was a sloppy win for the Bucs today. I just don't see it that way. They played a really good team, and that's not sloppy. You're not going to look great against really good teams. They're going to make you look bad sometimes. There weren't a lot of penalties, so it wasn't sloppy. Turnovers, yeah, at the very beginning, there was, okay, but I didn't see it as sloppy. I saw it as a battle. You played a very good offense against a very good offense today. I mean, you certainly shut down the running game. And I don't know. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but if you think you're going to play a game like this and it's going to be perfect, go back and watch some playoff games from last year. Remember how happy everybody was when we won those games? It looked kind of like today. Just win the games. I'm happy.
I mean, a pleasant surprise. Leonard Fournette ran for 100 yards. I did not see that coming against the Colts defense today.
Yeah. And caught and had 31 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Everybody remember a week ago, all the Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns. Oh my God, Jonathan Taylor. Oh my God, Jonathan Taylor. Oh no, we're playing Jonathan Taylor. Yeah. Okay. Look, guys, we're good. We're doing this with a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries. When everybody gets back together, when everybody gets healthy, we go on this last little run here and we get ready for the playoffs. Buckle up, folks. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. And Rob Gronkowski.
I was about to say, Rob,
Yeah.
talk about the GOAT from a tight end standpoint. The man can block, and he's got the best hands I've ever seen on a football field.
Yeah, he's amazing. You, Dave, you said after the game, rightfully, you said, yeah, player of the game, Leonard Fournette. Agreed. But man, Rob Gronkowski gets game ball. I mean,
we don't want him hurt when it comes playoff time in the games. These count, but I mean, when we're hitting the playoffs,
I hear you.
We need Gronk more than we need, I think, anybody else on the offense except Tom Brady.
That dude is clutch. Like there is no one's ever been clutch before. He's just, I don't get it.
Have it, and he has it in spades.
Yeah, it is stupid how much he has it. The thing that I always am amazed by, and you see this with great players, and it's always left me scratching my head, where you sit there and you're watching a game and fill in the blank player is really good. Why? Well, hold on. We got a call coming in. Let's take the call. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Who am I speaking with?
This is Eric.
Hey, Eric, how are you doing?
Good. This is like Bucs go again in the chat. In YouTube.
Oh, okay. Hey, welcome to the show.
What's up, bro? How you guys?
So talk to me. What'd you think about the game today?
I was happy about the win, but you was right about the playoffs. It was like a playoff game. You guys right about that.
Yeah, it's a tough game, and you're not gonna look good all the time. You're gonna take some lumps.
It was a game where nobody's gonna run away and hide.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. That defense, I think the Bucs defense getting ready for playoff defense, man. In the second half, that was Super Bowl defense right there.
They did step up and play that way in the second half. The first half they did not look great. The second half they stepped up, even with Jamel Dean out. And
and White
and Devin White.
Yep, yeah, man. Vita was, man. That defense should get the game ball, man. We wouldn't want that game if it wasn't for the defense.
Well, there's a lot of game balls to go around. There's a lot of game balls to go around. But I mean, the defense, the only thing that I did not like about the defense was that drive right before the half. And I mean,
fourth quarter drive.
Yeah, they let them
that
back.
Was too easy, way too easy.
Hey guys, remember we talked about last week about the special teams. The fumble on the Packers, fumble on the Lions and the Colts. I mean, that was a good.
Yeah, it was. Fumble. It was scary though, that last kickoff return, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding. When I saw him running down the sidelines, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't going overtime.
I said, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I got off my seats. I got off my chair. I said, no, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we all did.
Hey, man, but do you think the Bucs should rest next week? Rest their starters?
No, you can't rest your starters this early in the season.
Oh, you're fighting for that number one seed,
though.
Yeah, but you want that number one seed in the NFC.
Mm-hmm. Last year we didn't need it.
Yeah, so they have to win. Listen, you got to win the easy games too. You know, you can't take the easy games off and make them hard.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, Eric. Switch.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Do you think we can clinch a playoff berth next week? Or
No, not next week. It'll be a few weeks.
The division. Can we clinch the division next week?
Not next week. I think it's a couple of weeks down the road. I think the Saints is when we play the Saints in a couple, like right after Buffalo. I think that's when we'll clinch it.
Oh, okay. Okay then.
All
I
right.
was just, I was just wondering, we could be the first time we can win our division.
It's been a long time. Been a
2008.
long time.
Yeah,
Thanks for calling,
yeah.
Eric.
Go
Thank you,
Bucs,
Eric.
Go
fire the
Bucks.
cannons, and see the day.
Yep. Seize the day. Siege the day. See you later. Awesome. That was Eric calling from,
Fire the cannons and siege the day.
from the 813. Yeah, that was awesome.
Has a great ring to it, doesn't it?
What's that?
Fire the cannons and siege the day.
That's exactly right. So yeah, I mean that was a good call. Guys, this is the fun stuff, man. This is what we all wait for. So a game like today comes along and Eric has it right, man. The defense did play well. Remember, Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns last week. Okay. He didn't really show up, and he really was almost a non-factor today. They played well. Now you say, oh, they did this wrong or that wrong. No, maybe the other team did something right. Maybe the other team did something well. Maybe the other team is good. Everybody forgets that part. It's always, if somebody completes a deep pass, you're like, the cornerback sucks. He got burned. Safety sucks. We're all, it's always as if we did something wrong. Not the fact that, look, when Tom Brady connects with AB deep down the field or Scotty Miller, is it because the other guy sucks? No, maybe it's that we're pretty good.
Well, you might.
Well, okay, but maybe it's because we're pretty good. Okay, so listen, man, this is how it goes. This is part of the deal. This is an interesting comment by Bucs Skull Gang. He says Taylor not the MVP no more. Wait a few more weeks. I mean, I know Christian McCaffrey got hurt again.
What a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, you knew he got hurt because he played. The Panthers just are terrible. They've just gotten so bad. They really have. They've gotten bad. They guaranteed Cam Newton $6 million. Gave him $6 million guaranteed. Do you know what his passer rating was today? 5 point something.
I was going to say 6.
Well, yeah,
because that's a security code number is 6.
Yeah. Yeah, no, okay. Like 5, he had 5 point something was his passer rating. Not 105, 5. He was like, I forgot what his stats were, but it was like 5 for 21 for 57 yards and 2 interceptions, or 100 yards and 2 interceptions, something like that. I don't know. It was terrible. So forget the Panthers. Forget the Panthers. Now, I think we can safely make the statement that Trevor Siemian will not be the Saints quarterback next year. I think if you saw, I want to point out something a little bit about the Bengals beat the living tar out of the Steelers today, 41-3 or something like that. It was they just beat the Steelers like a drum, much like Drew Brees at the end when it was really time to go. He really hung on a little too long. To Big Ben, I think this is my guess. Here's my prediction. That things Rick got right or things Rick gets wrong, probably going to be wrong. But my thought is that's where Aaron Rodgers is going next year. He's going to go to Pittsburgh. Tell me that's not a fit. Tell me you don't look at that and go, okay. So I think Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh.
Well, the Steeler fans really are into guys that are critical thinkers.
and he can be critical of his thinking, but I honestly think that's where Aaron Rodgers may go. Everybody who says Aaron Rodgers is probably going to New Orleans, let me point something out. Aaron Rodgers wants to go where there's a team around him, where there's a lot of talent around him. The Saints don't have a lot of talent right now. They don't have a lot of talent.
And their best receivers out.
Right. And their best receivers out, and they really only had one. That whole thing is unraveling there. Alvin Kamara can't do the whole thing himself, and Aaron Rodgers is certainly not going to go to the Saints because of a running back. Okay. So you might look at it and say, well, their defense is really good. Things are catching up. Not so much lately. That's starting to come apart also. So guys, I honestly think that Aaron Rodgers looking at things, he might look at Pittsburgh and go, it's a little more of a complete team. I think I can win a little more quickly there. And to Yappin Ben Israel, we finally agree on something. I
got that Cam Newton line for you. 5 for 21 for 92 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 5.8.
Say that one more time.
Cam Newton, 5 for 21, 92 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 5.8.
And he probably dressed like Aunt Jemima. In the post-game press conference. Yeah, deny it. I'm waiting. Deny it.
I got nothing to say on that.
Yeah, that's smart. But he probably did. He probably wore the little scarf. He probably did the whole, that's what he does. So I don't know. But look, a game ball for Rob Gronkowski. Leonard Fournette, absolutely player of the game. Play of the game, as you said, Dave, probably the pick by Antoine Winfield.
Well, we need to throw in an honorable mention for Shaq Barrett when he dislodged the football from Carson Wentz and recovered it himself. So we'll give that 1B, and we'll give Antoine Winfield's, especially for the timing of the game and how it totally changed the momentum. That's 1A, and then Shaq Barrett would be 1B.
Yeah. It's there. But guys, and this is it. Everybody huddle up. If you will remember on Tuesday's show, I think it might have been Saturday's show that when I went on as a guest on Buck Wild, but I think it was Tuesday's show. Somebody said, yeah, but Carson Wentz doesn't turn the ball over. And my response was, the Bucs will get 2 picks. Things Rick got right. Now there's a lot Rick got wrong. But I got that one right. Okay. The Bucs got 2 picks and he fumbled the ball. The Colts were leading the league in turnover, in margin. What do you call it? Turnover margin. And the Bucs were +4 today against them. Guys, you're playing a good team and you beat them. So just be happy with it. Don't worry about, well, this wasn't perfect or that wasn't perfect. Don't worry about that. Chill out. Simmer down. It's not a big deal that everything wasn't perfect. It wasn't. Yeah, I realized we didn't win 41-3 like the Bengals over the Steelers because we weren't playing the Steelers. Okay.
Without Aaron Rodgers.
It is what's that?
The Steelers without Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. The league, it seems like, well, while Buck Skull Gang says a lot of upsets today, not like the last few weeks. The last few weeks have been crazy with upsets where it's just wacky teams, horrible teams beating really good teams. It wasn't like that today. Today there were upsets, but it is what it is. And Buck Skull Gang, I agree completely. I hope the Bucs don't take it easy on the Falcons. I want to see a beatdown. I want to see an embarrassment for the Falcons. I want to go into Megatron's butthole up in Atlanta, and I want to absolutely embarrass them. I really want to embarrass them. I want it to be a 40-point victory like was brought up earlier. I'd love to see that. I really want to see somebody drop. I want to see the Bucs drop 50 on somebody, and this would be a really nice week to do it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I lived in Atlanta for almost 20 years. I have a hatred for the Falcons. My feelings for the Falcons hold a very special place in my heart. And the words that I feel about the Falcons, I really refuse to say on the air, but I can tell you that I really want to see the Buccaneers go into Megatron's butthole, and I really want to embarrass them in front of their home crowd. Nothing would make me happier than to just soak all of that up. A 40-point win, by the end of the third quarter, you're bringing in, you're bringing in our backup quarterback,
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert.
Kyle Trask. Hey, let's really reach for this.
and then by the end of that, because Gabbert is just marching down the field, we'll bring in Kyle Trask. I mean,
give him some reps.
No, you're not gonna. You only have 2 active quarterbacks, so you can't do that. But I just want to see it be an embarrassment. Tapazio, whatever. I never know how to say your name, and it bugs me.
Tapazio.
The Patriots are the only team that is showing dominance and real improvements because of amazing coaching. That's not the case with the Bucs. Seriously.
And amazing coaching the Patriots had last year was phenomenal.
Yeah, seriously. Do you realize we beat them? I'm just saying. It's minor detail. We beat them. It just blows my mind that a Bucs fan comes out and says something like that. Come on, man. I mean, they look good. Yes, they look good. But the Bucs beat the Colts today and shut down Jonathan Taylor. And you're saying, oh, it was amazing coaching for that other team over there. That was amazing coaching. That's not the case with the Bucs. Really? Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns a week ago. He was nothing today. All right, he was nothing. What I said in advance, you can't do it against the Bucs. Oh, by the way, our running back had 4 touchdowns. Just saying. But that other team's coaching is good. Our coaching sucks. We're 8-3. Come on, man. I get it. It's Sunday night. You've had some drinks. I get it. You've been kicking back, watching football, pounding some brews. I get it. Stuff like that comes out sometimes. But you're smarter than that. You know better than that. I mean, I get it that the Patriots look good. I just said I think it's going to be the Patriots Bucs in the Super Bowl. But stop saying they have amazing coaching, unlike the Bucs. They beat the Patriots. They beat them. What is wrong? Come on, folks.
Well, there's a lot of overreaction when Tom Brady came to the Bucs. It was like, was it Belichick or was it Brady? And once Brady was very successful, then he wins a Super Bowl. It's like, well, it must have been Brady and not Belichick. And now Belichick's doing well. And it's like, oh, well, it must be Belichick. I mean, it's like they were a great combination. They won 6 Super Bowls. Brady's done well with the Bucs, and now that they signed 163 million of free agents, which is something the Patriot way has never been before, now they're doing well as well. So
yeah. And I love comments like this. Bro, Leftwich sucks. Yeah, the Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator who's 8-3 right now. Yeah, he's just terrible. It's just terrible. Fire him. It's just, yeah.
I hope that Jaguar head coaching position stays filled for some time now. It's not looking that good, but
come on. It's literally these are, and the funny part is these are folks who identify themselves as Bucs fans. I don't know what it's going to take for them to be happy. I don't know what it's going to take. That boy can't spell Leftwich. I mean, come on. Really? It just, what? I want to know. I want to know, Yakin Ben Israel, Tapazio, what is it going to take for you guys to be happy? At what point are you going to say, yeah, and the coaching, they're doing a good job, and so is the team? What's it going to take? I mean, if it's not a Super Bowl victory and then 8-3, what's it going to take?
I like Tim Weatherspoon's comment. It was right on. What killed the Bucs and what got the Colts going was on 3rd and long, the Bucs couldn't stop the Colts. And what comes to mind was 3rd and 15, and Wentz gets a first down, then they go and they score. But that happened a number of times today on 3rd and long. The Bucs
And
had
they're
difficulty stopping
good.
them.
They are good, and we have a lot of injuries, and they are really good. They'd won how many games in a row? 5 in a row? Something like that?
They lost their first 3, and they were 6-2 ever since going into today's game.
Yeah, but I think they'd won 5 in a row.
Not in a row.
Okay. I was thinking it was something like that. But come on. I mean,
They've won 3 in a row coming into today's game.
Okay, 3 in a row.
And 4 out of 5. I'm sorry,
Okay.
5 out of 6.
And you know, what is it going to take? I want to know from you guys, what is it going to take for you to be happy? Now you're looking, you're saying, yeah, but on 3rd down and long, they got first down sometimes more than I wanted. Think about how deep, think about this. That's what you're complaining about.
No, it was just an observation.
You won the game. You're 8-3. You're coming off a Super Bowl championship. Yeah, but they gave up. They give up first downs too much. That's your complaint. They give up too many first downs. Come on. Come on. If you're not happy now, what the is it going to take?
3-peat.
Good Lord. And no, because at 3-peat, you're going to be bitching it's not 4. I'm telling you, if you win the Super Bowl 31-9, it was not 10 minutes before people were saying, if we had Winston, they would have scored more. I mean, it's just amazing to me. You guys, what?
Tim's on a roll.
All right, that's got to be a joke. A brown paper bag full of hundreds. That would make me happy. No, you'd find a reason. You'd find a reason. I'd rather it be in plastic.
They weren't unmarked bills.
Yeah. I want it in plastic. I don't want it in paper. I mean, there'd be something, man. There'd be something. Which, by the way, observation, why is it that we used to act at some point in history, we stopped using paper bags for the environment. So we switched to plastic. I just want to say that's how smart people are. Yeah, we got to stop using paper and go to plastic for the environment. They're the same freaking people who are saying our coaching staff sucks right now. What is wrong with you people? Todd Robertson, please, Todd from Winter Park, bring some common sense into this conversation.
Todd from Winter Park, how you doing, Todd?
What's going on, Rick? How you doing, David?
I'm doing exceptional now that you're on the show.
Well, thank you, guys. Listen, this is the game that we needed.
Yes.
This is the game, I believe, that's going to turn this season into our favor.
Yeah. This will be the turning point at the end. When you look at the string, this will be the game. Yes.
The way they played in the second half, that's the way, good teams find ways to win. And they found a way to win after being down 10 at halftime.
Bring in the common sense, Todd.
What's that, sir?
I said,
What's
thank you
that?
for bringing the common sense, Todd.
Well, I mean, look, it didn't look good in the first half. Let's face it.
Good thing there's
we
60
had
minutes.
2 turnovers. You know, it looked like another road loss in the first half.
Yep.
The second half, they came out. Leonard Fournette and Rojo both played, I thought, outstanding, especially Leonard. But Rojo came in there and ran hard and had some good yardage as well.
Yep.
So that means the O-line was giving them holes, and you know, they were protecting Brady. The defense, I mean, Antonio Winfield, that play he made was exceptional.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah.
And you know, Shaq's, I believe Shaq's play maybe turned the whole game around and turned the game in favor of us and gave us momentum.
Yeah.
So you know, when you make plays like that, it was a great team win. Gronk played outstanding, just outstanding. Now, I don't know what was going on with Evans and Godwin, if they weren't getting open or what, but you know, Gronk, I mean, you see the difference in Brady when Gronk is in there.
Yeah.
And we get Antonio Brown back. It's going to take pressure off Evans and Godwin, and it's going to open it up for them, because that's what Brown does.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot double team 3 number 1 receivers. It's just impossible.
What can Brown do for you? Todd, you just answered it. That commercial. What can Brown do for you? The UPS commercials.
Well, yeah. We get Brown back. We get Davis back.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get
Dean.
Marpet back next week.
Yeah.
Dean we get back.
Yeah.
And we start getting healthy, and we start playing the kind of ball that we are capable of playing.
Yeah.
We are the best team in the NFL.
We beat this team today. This team that was on a roll, that everybody was talking about how great they are. And Todd, I don't know if you heard any of the shows this week, but all week long, all I've been hearing is, oh no, Jonathan Taylor, oh no. And
well, we stopped him except for the last series where they went down and scored. I mean, he ran a little bit on that last series, but you know what? We held him in check, except for that last series. We held him in check most of the night. I mean, he had 100. I don't know how many yards he had last week. I know he had 5 touchdowns, but you know, we held him in check. That's credit to our defense.
Absolutely. And Todd, do you know what Bruce Arians said? Somebody asked him, well, you started out slow again, you know, a little bit slow, and you struggled at the beginning of the game. Do you know what Bruce Arians said? You know, the game is 60 minutes long, right?
That's exactly. No, he's a guy. You know, Bruce is exactly right. It's not a 30-minute game. It's a 60-minute game.
Right. Okay. They beat us in the first 30, and no one cares.
Right. No. I mean, you know, we started getting some pressure on Carson Wentz, and I thought that helped. I thought that just the defense and Leonard Fournette were the keys to victory today. It wasn't so much Brady today. It was the defense and Lenny. Yeah. And Rojo ran hard, and Gronk played a great game.
Yep.
And when you do that without Evans and Godwin being involved, that's saying something, because Evans and Godwin are all pro. They're pro bowl. They're pro bowlers, both of them.
Agreed. And you know what, Todd? You know what I think is funny? Right now, do you think there are any Colts fans who are going, yeah, I know we lost the game, but we won the first half?
I'm sure they're saying that.
No, I'm sure they're disappointed.
It's like Bruce says, it's a 60-minute game. It's not a 30-minute game.
Right. I think the Colts fans are all disappointed because they lost a 60-minute game.
Yeah.
I don't think they're excited that they won the 30-minute game, because there's not one. So I think they're all saying, yeah, great. We did great for half a game, but we lost the game. And what are Bucs fans doing? Yeah, I know we won, but we lost the first half. Our coaches suck. I mean, it's just
that Patriot guy's really good coach.
Yeah. I mean,
well, you know what? We got to have faith in what they're doing. And the first half was ugly. The second half was a different Bucs team that came out motivated. It was kind of like a little bit like the Atlanta game last year, where in the first half we played horrible.
Yep.
I think we had 60 total yards in the first half. The second half, we came out like gangbusters and came back and beat Atlanta.
Todd, you're stealing my thunder for Tuesday. That was my whole big rant I was going to start on about how it was exactly like the Indianapolis game was exactly like the Atlanta game last year.
Exactly. And, that was the game I thought that turned the season around.
Yeah, at the half.
We were down against Atlanta at the half. We came back and beat them.
Uh-huh.
And that's when we really started rolling.
I said to the owner of Bucs Report, I sent him a message at halftime. I said, it's time to press the panic button at halftime. And right then, boom, everything changed. The team, it was the wake-up moment that they had last year at halftime of the Atlanta game, when everything, all of a sudden, it's like, okay, enough. Let's go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, and the defense showed up. I mean, the only thing that was really scary to me in the second half, the only thing was that kickoff return. That last kickoff return, that was scary. But
I'm thinking overtime there for a few yards.
What about the play Scotty Miller made?
Yeah,
the guy dropped the ball, and Scotty Miller's right there, and
yeah.
I mean that's the kind of things in a game that will, Scotty Miller won't get mentioned a lot for that, but Scotty Miller made a hell of a play.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of plays you need to win games like that.
Yeah.
For the record,
it cracks me up though, Todd. Right now in chat, we have two different fans, Tapazio saying fire Leftwich and Yakin Ben Israel saying fire Leftwich. We just scored 38 points.
On a pretty good defense on the road.
We just scored 38 points against the Colts, beat them. We're 8-3 coming off a Super Bowl, and they want to fire the offensive coordinator.
And for the record last week.
Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've questioned Leftwich. I don't think he needs to get fired, but I've questioned him at times. But look, they're still learning each other. I mean, this has only been a year and a half, and they're still learning each other.
Yeah,
and Brady and him communicate. You see it. They communicate very well, and that's what you need. You need communication, and I see them constantly.
Why
talking.
Are we questioning, Todd? Let me ask you this: they won the Super Bowl last year. They're 8-3 this year. Why are you questioning Byron Leftwich? Is it because some games they don't look as good?
They had the streak. How many games streak was it? 30 or more.
The only game I question him this year is the Washington game.
Okay, so they had a bad game.
And the reason I question that game is because Washington was dead last against the pass.
Right. So
am I right or wrong?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
David, am I right or wrong on that?
Say that again.
Was Washington dead last against the pass? Where's their pass defense?
It's poor. I don't know if it's dead last, but it's certainly scraping the bottom.
It's certainly there. Okay,
right.
So I thought, why did we not attack the Washington secondary that supposedly was so bad, and we didn't do it? Now, to their credit, to Washington's credit, they obviously was covering everybody, and Brady couldn't get the ball downfield because all we did was right and left to Leonard Fournette.
Let me ask you something, Todd.
Well, on that game, the defensive line was getting a surge for Washington and made Tom Brady uncomfortable, and he was getting rid of the ball.
Well, they did that too. You're absolutely right. They did. They made Brady uncomfortable. Anytime you make Brady uncomfortable and they're getting to him,
he's dinking and dunking at that point.
But I feel like I'm kind of trying to be the realist here. Okay, let's stop for a second. All right. Do you ever have a bad day at work, Todd?
Oh yeah. We all have them.
Okay. We all have them. That includes Byron Leftwich. It doesn't mean you fire him. It doesn't mean he sucks. Tom Brady is going to have him. Everybody's going to have a bad day now and again. The Bucs are going to have a bad day now and again. It's
exactly.
Just, at some point you go, hey man, we're 8-3. We're set up pretty. We've got a 3-game lead on the rest of the division. No, I'm good with our coaches.
No. Listen. I'm not saying to fire Leftwich by any stretch of the imagination.
We've just got two people in the chat right now that are yapping about that, and to me, it's just stupid.
And like you say, you made a great analogy. Everybody has a bad day.
Yes.
And that day, I didn't feel the coaches prepared us well for that game, and Washington just they outplayed us. Let's face it, they outplayed us, and everybody. There's a lot of parity in this league.
Yeah.
And on any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, anybody can be beaten.
That's absolutely.
And that's
right.
Arizona, that's the Rams, that's the Packers, that's Dallas. Look what's happened to Dallas in the last month.
Right.
They have fallen apart.
Buffalo.
I think the Washington was a middle game.
The Colts blew out Buffalo last week, and we go into Indy and we beat them. And there was a lot of people thought Indy was going to beat us today.
How about the Rams today losing to Green Bay? Do you think right now that they would be saying, "Gosh, I'd take a victory if I could just let them have some first downs and get more first downs, but we win the game"? I think the Rams would have been happy with that scenario. But instead, we've got people complaining that we gave up too many first downs. I mean, it's just I just don't get it. I just don't get it, Todd.
Everybody needs to be positive about what we're doing.
Why wouldn't you be?
I mean, we're not 3-8. We're 8-3.
Right.
And when people start talking about firing coaches and don't believe in a team. If you don't believe in them, then don't be a fan of them.
Right. Pick a different team. There's plenty of them out there.
Yeah. There's 31 other teams. If you don't believe in our team and what they're doing, and we've got on both sides of the ball, we've got Pro Bowlers. We should have 10 guys on the Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know, but I could name 10 right off the top of my head.
It won't happen, but it should happen. And that's
we had one Pro Bowler last year on a Super Bowl team. Jason Pierre-Paul. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Are you kidding me? Devin White was it?
Right.
Mike Evans was it? Chris Godwin was it?
Right.
Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny, if he'd played like that during the season,
and he'd have been a Pro Bowler. And he's doing it this year. He's regular season Lenny now.
Here, I have some positive stats for you.
Stop. These media, the national media, 1 week they're on our bandwagon, the next week they're lightning against us. They don't want. The Bucs are horrible. They can't win the Super Bowl. They're terrible. They can't beat Washington. They can't beat the Rams. Like you say, Rick, everybody has a bad day.
Yeah, and the thing that's so funny is the fans that are complaining so much right now probably weren't complaining this much when the Bucs were bad. They were probably more, I'm a real fan. I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to support them. I'm going to blah, blah, blah when they sucked. And now that they're good, all they do is complain.
Right. Well, I know people that jump on bandwagons. And you know what? I know, Rick, you have too.
Yeah.
I've been a fan since 1976.
So is Dave,
the Bucs came into the league.
Yeah.
And year in and year out, I would get my hopes up year in and year out. And how many years have we been disappointed except for 2 years?
And next year we come back and do it again.
Yeah. And, everybody has made fun of us. And I'm tired of them making fun of us. And now, it's jumped ship now. It's people aren't making fun of us, but they still do. And the national media still does. And I can tell you a couple of them that I don't care for at all. One of them is Diana Rossini.
Right.
She knocked us last year till
Chris Collinsworth.
I'm to the point where I can't stand her. Why ESPN has her, I have no idea.
Because
she has no clue.
Views. No, but it gets views. They don't care whether they're right. They care whether or not they stir up viewership. That's their job. That is actually what
Well,
they do for a living.
It's the eyeball effect.
Well,
They
that's
want more eyeballs.
obviously what she was doing
Right.
because she stirred me up.
Yeah.
And then the other one is
Well, Chris
I can't think
Collinsworth
of-
is terrible. Chris Collinsworth. Is
Chris Collinsworth. I mean, and Terry Bradshaw is so jealous of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw can't even come close to Tom Brady, and he's
No.
jealous of Tom. He picks against us every week,
Yeah.
in and week out. He'll pick against
Well,
us.
the guy.
And I'm
doesn't pretend he's
fed up
bright.
with him too.
He doesn't pretend he's smart though. He pretty much lets you know he's not that smart. But
He's not that smart. And if he
Right.
thinks he's better than Tom Brady, boy, he needs to get a
I
reality
don't think
check.
anybody
quick.
thinks that. I think every quarterback knows. Yeah, okay, I'm not better than Tom Brady. They may be jealous, but they know they're not better.
Well, so I know Steeler fans don't like Tom Brady because Tom Brady broke their hearts many times.
Yeah,
So the Steeler fans don't like him. The AFC can't stand him.
yeah.
You know,
Colts fans can't stand him.
last year, I was at the Ale House.
Peyton
last year
Manning can't stand him. He really
when we were
can't
playing
stand
a
him.
playoff game. There was a Buffalo fan sitting next to me, and he kept going on about Brady. And I had two buddies with me, and the one buddy says, "Hey Todd, you got it down there?" I said, "I got this. Don't worry about it." And I started telling this guy, "Look, I know you're a Buffalo fan, and that's fine and dandy, but you know what? You don't like Brady because he beat you so many times, and I know you can't stand Brady, and you should be happy that he's out of the AFC East now.
Yeah,
You know, so
I get it. You hate
know,
him because listen. I don't like people who are really good at embarrassing me.
well,
So
I understand,
So
but you know, when there's fans that are talking like that, and
Yeah.
you know, I
I
mean,
laugh.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing at the stadium. Sometimes you see fans with the opposite jersey on, and they start talking. I mean, there was the guy at the Dallas game that ran his mouth all night,
Well, that's
and the fan and he had a Dallas jersey
That's
on,
what
and
they
the
do.
fans, and it was all mostly Buck fans except for him, and he
They're-
ran his mouth all
yeah.
night,
they're good at that.
and when we kicked field goal and won the game. You never heard another peep out of him. So, but that's the way Dallas fans are anyway. They're all
exactly.
like that.
They are all like that. That's what are you going to expect? I mean,
I have some positive official stats for you.
okay, there we go. Let's get some
Here's some
well, let me do
positive.
this. Let's finish this up with Todd so he's not stuck on the phone so he can hear us better. Todd, thanks for the call. It was a great call.
Thank you, Todd.
Hey, thank you guys.
Pleasure as
David, Rick, have a great night. Good
Yeah,
talking to
too.
you.
Yeah, it was great talking to you. I love it when you call. Thank you, Todd.
Yes, sir.
All right. Awesome call. Todd from Winter Park. Go ahead, Dave. What are these
1
stats?
week ago,
Uh-huh.
1 week ago,
Uh-huh.
Indianapolis Colts and Buffalo Bills.
Uh-huh.
Jonathan Taylor, 32 rushes, 185 yards, 4 touchdowns. Throw in another 3 receptions for 19 yards and another touchdown. That's 5 touchdowns.
Uh-huh.
Now, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, earlier today, he had 16 rushes for only 83 yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 receptions for 14 yards.
Yeah, but everybody was so worried about
Mic
it.
drop.
And to Yakin Ben Israel, I'm from East Tampa. I can't pick another team. Then why don't you effing pick this one? Okay, fine. If you're going to pick this one, pick it and be an effing fan. All right? Golly. You know what? This is what these guys remind me of, Dave. You ever met somebody who's dating this beautiful woman? She's wonderful. She's kind. She supports him. Everything you want. She's beautiful. And he's looking at the other woman at the bar. Right? That's what these fans are doing. That's literally what they're doing.
Oh, I had one more brilliant statistic.
Go.
The score of the Indianapolis Colts Buffalo Bill game was the Indianapolis Colts 41 and the Bills 15. The score of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 38 and the Indianapolis Colts 31. These are happy statistics.
You would think they lost. Yakin Ben Israel. Brady paid Jonathan Taylor to stay off the field. Can I pay you to stay off of the show? Golly, here's a penny. Good Lord.
It's a
The
happy
two
day in
commentators
Buckland.
today, Olson and some nobody, were all over the Colts. Yeah. Okay, I get it, because the Colts were the hot news story. They were the that's what the story was. The Colts were the story. The Bucs won last year. They're not the story. They're not the new fresh story. So yeah, the Colts were the new fresh story, and they got beat. Okay, I mean that. We won.
On the road.
We won against the team that everybody was saying was one of the hottest teams. We won. So I don't know, guys. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. We had a fun show tonight. It was a quick little hour and 10 minutes or whatever, but I want Dave to go ahead and be able to get done all this stuff he's got to get done, working on his computer there that's got some sort of an issue and some other things. And frankly, y'all are pissing me off, so I want to go.
You need to learn how to like get in touch with your emotions and express them.
I'm in touch with them, all right. I'm fully in touch with my feelings. No, I just think you guys are ridiculous. Really, seriously. If this is what you're complaining about, wow.
8-3, top of the division.
Super Bowl champs. Fire the coach. Hold on. We got one more call. We're going to sneak in here. Mr. Williams. How you doing, Mr. Williams?
Mr. Williams.
Long time, fellas. Long time.
We're going to keep the lines open if you're calling.
Yeah, the line is open. I was about to shut down the show, but you're calling. I'm going to take that call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Only thing, hey, it was a good game, and them guys played a good defense.
That's right.
Yes, they did. All right, now, Mr. Todd Bowles, we got to start playing conservative football.
We scored 38 points, Mr. Williams.
Okay, but I'm saying that offense is not hotter than ours. I don't care.
But the thing is, Mr. Williams, we scored 38 on a good defense, and we won the game. Why do we need to make changes?
No, because what I'm saying is, I don't know if you guys seen how my corners was playing.
Okay, so
we had too much space between my corners.
They only scored 7 points in the second half.
Yeah, and that was good. Now, Scotty Miller, I am glad to see him back. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And Mr. Antonio Brown, I don't know what your problem is. You need to either get it together, or Bruce Ayers, you need to give him his walking papers, because we don't got time for this.
He hurt his foot. He was in a walking boot.
What about this fake COVID card thingy?
That's all gone away. It's like basically it's kind of been proven that he really didn't do that. The guy also made an accusation that one of the other Buccaneers had a fake card, and that guy got vaccinated right in front of the team physicians.
All right. Well, yeah, right. Because I read something about that, and I'm like, come on, Antonio, man, you know better. Come on, man. Let's get this together, man. We trying to see what the next ring gonna look like.
Antonio's made plenty of mistakes. This wasn't one of them.
We worried about the next ring.
I know, but we're 8-3, and we just won the game today. We actually won today.
Now
we hung up 38 on a good defense.
Yeah, but I take my hat off to my front seven. Them guys played a hell of a game.
Yes, they did.
Them guys played a hell of a game, and I sure enough take my hat off to a number 50. Vita Vea, boy, you got the utmost respect, bro. Yeah. You lost your tooth.
Yep.
You was out there to play hard. You lost a tooth.
He should go straight to the Ring of Honor for that.
The way Jason Pierre-Paul stood up when Carson Wentz thought he was out.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the way number 90 plays, man.
Yep.
And I hope at the end of the season we can see what we can do, because Jason Pierre-Paul still got some gas in the engine, man, and I hope they can find some kind of way to keep him around. And
I agree. But Mr.
so
Williams,
he can train these other guys behind him. And Leonard Fournette, that hey, you the man. And Lenny,
absolutely.
Foe, they don't call him playoff Lenny no more.
Regular
They call
season
him
Lenny.
Foey. Leonard got 4 tutties. 4 tutties.
Yes, he
4.
did.
Mm-hmm.
4.
That's a grown man game that man played.
123 yards. You are a robot, bro. You is.
He is a machine.
Yeah. OJ Howard, you all right? Cameron Brake, you the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, man, I love you guys, man, and we on to Atlanta, and we gonna
Let's be 9-3
sweep
and
them.
be happy, Mr. Williams. Be happy.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Don't forget that part.
Most definitely. Man, I had on my little championship hat. Yeah, man,
Awesome.
I'm very happy over the win, and I'm very happy everybody lost.
Yeah, that's right. We got a 3-game lead on the division. 3 games.
Yeah, and then once I get rid of Atlanta Sunday at 1:00.
Yep.
Hey, then we coming home and playing everybody else downhill.
That's right.
New Orleans, when we see y'all on the 19th, 8:20, hey, we gonna split with y'all 1-1. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Carolina, we ain't even worried about y'all. We gonna sweep them.
Yeah, I think
you may be right. Then they trust to put the Jets on the same roster with us.
Yeah.
All right, Tarbo, they done you wrong. We ain't gonna you must get that quarterback time enough to breathe.
That's right.
And then I come back and be still playing 2022, and then in the middle of the season, man, I'll be playing in the playoffs, brother.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I love y'all, man, and y'all keep up the good work, and we on our way to Atlanta.
That's right. Thanks for calling, Mr. Williams.
Hey, yes, sir.
Have a pleasure as always, Mr. Williams.
Vita Vea lost a toot.
I'm serious. He needs to go right to the Ring of Honor right there, right now.
That's right.
He needs a special place right there.
That's right. From
at least put his tooth there. I mean, come on.
Yep. All right, guys. Everybody, have a great night. Dave and I are going to be back here on Tuesday night doing Buck AF. Just 2 nights from now at 8:30. We'll be back here running this whole thing again, and we got lots of stuff. I got lots of goodies for you on that night. So I'm looking forward to you guys being back. Dave, thank you, my friend.
You are welcome, and pleasure as always.
Pop-up show, and it was a good time.
Now I know how this pop-up show thing works.
And now I do too. So all right.
Hey, enjoy that popcorn, man.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great night. As always, go Bucs. Go Bucs. Go freaking Bucs.